Capcom recently revealed a trailer for the upcoming Resident Evil 4 remake at the PlayStation State of Play, and I had some thoughts about this. A lot of people in the Resident Evil community have been speculating that an RE4 remake was going to be next, and now that the trailer is here, we can expect the game to come out around March of 2023. As some of you may know, Capcom has remade both Resident Evil 2 and 3, and both were met with critical acclaim. I thoroughly enjoyed both remakes, and I have to say that they are some of the best games in the entire franchise. However, in my opinion, Resident Evil 4 is a game that just doesn't need a remake, at least not anytime soon. Resident Evil 4 is the poster child of the Resident Evil series. Much like Skyrim, has been ported to just about every platform since its first launch. The gameplay set the standard for the rest of the series, and the game to me remains unrivaled to this day. I think this game being remade in the style of the Resident Evil 2 and 3 remakes is a bad idea, at least for now. It would ruin the flow of the original game by introducing the newer gameplay mechanics, and that to me is not something I personally want. That being said though, I am still going to buy and play the hell out of this remake. One big problem I have with Capcom's decision to remake Resident Evil 4 is that they're ignoring some other games that truly deserve to be remade first. I think that Resident Evil 1 and 0 both deserve modern remakes. Resident Evil 1 in particular is what started the entire series, and the HD remake from 2002 remains one of the best horror games ever made. But it would be even better if it got the same treatment that 2, 3, and now 4 have gotten. Another game that I was hoping would be remade actually came between Resident Evil 3 and 4, so maybe you'd understand my frustration that Capcom is ignoring this game. That game is of course Resident Evil Code Veronica, which is a criminally underrated game. I've never fully played through the game, but I've played enough to know that it is one of the best in the entire franchise, and I know a lot of other fans would agree with me on that. Code Veronica desperately needs a remake, and if Capcom doesn't want to spend the money because they think it may not do as well as Resident Evil 4 would, then they could just remake it in the style of the Resident Evil 1 and 0 remakes. It would definitely take a lot less time and money to do it that way. Either way they do it though, Capcom would be introducing thousands of new players to a very good and underrated Resident Evil title that truly deserves more love. I'd also love to see Capcom remake the Outbreak games. If you don't know, Outbreak 1 and 2 were co-op Resident Evil titles where the player can control a group of up to 8 different characters as they try to escape Raccoon City. These games are way ahead of their time, and they truly deserve to be brought to a modern audience. A game like that would work incredibly well in today's market, and it would be really cool to have a good co-op Resident Evil experience. Going forward, I hope Capcom realizes that their dedicated fan base desperately wants their older, more forgotten games to be remade. Personally, I think there would be a pretty big market for these games to be remade. Now, if only Capcom would buy Silent Hill and give it the same treatment. But anyway, let me know your thoughts down in the comments, and be sure to like this video for more.